All right, hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's your buddy Mr. G, and today we're going to talk about taking a video so that we can do our project for werewolves, vampires, and sugar skulls. So to start off, we're going to go in here, we're going to jump down here, and we're going to be doing this in Photoshop. And the project that we're talking about is doing something like this, where I've made myself into a were-rabbit, or Frankenstein, or a zombie or a swamp monster or something like that. That's the idea, but you're going to start with taking a picture like so, right? So you're going to use the camera that's built into your computer, and you're going to do a little bit of acting here. So I generally recommend that if you have glasses on like I do, that you take those off because you'll get a little bit of reflection. You don't have to, but I like to take mine off for things like this to kind of prevent any reflections that I'll have in there or glare. And usually, you know, I want a monster that's not necessarily wearing spectacles, but that's completely up to you. Also, I like to put my hands up just like I've got here in this picture, so I can use to like dirty up my fingernails, or I have the option if I want to put on some, you know, like werewolf talons or anything like that that you want to do. You kind of have some options that you can do that are a little more difficult to add in later. Okay, I used to try to make an expression that's appropriate for what you're doing, and remember, let's go ahead and just launch here. I'm going to go down to my Jolly Rancher here, my launch pad. Go ahead and click that, and the program we're looking for is Photobooth. Go ahead and click on that right there. That's going to launch here. Now I like to go ahead and make this big, so I'm going to hit the little green button up here, use all my real estate, and then I can see what I'm doing on here. And as I go here, don't forget you can tip your screen forward and backwards. I want to kind of get myself back or close enough so that I have enough space in there. Okay, you don't really have to worry about what's behind you because we're going to mask all of that out. Okay, but you do need to kind of get your arms into the frame and in focus. You see as I move in and out, they kind of get a little fuzzy as I get too close, but it's pretty shallow depth parameter camera here, so we should be pretty good here. Okay, so to take your picture, all you do is you're going to go down here, you'll hit this little red camera icon, and it'll give you a 5-second countdown. Take your picture, and then you'll have the picture. Okay, now I have several here loaded from past things, and depending on what you're doing, like I said, try to be action oriented and do some things. If you take a picture that looks like this, you're going to have a dull project and you'll probably have very few options. So try to take something where you've got a little bit of action. Again, I recommend kind of showing your teeth and your fingernails so you can dirty those up. Once you have a photo that you want to use, you're going to go up here to File, and you're going to go to Export. Okay, you go to Export, and you can put this into your Cookie Fingers folder. So I'm going to just do that. I'm going to go OneDrive, or no, wrong one, Google Drive, My Drive, to my Cookie Fingers here. And I'm going to call this something that makes sense here. Okay, I'm going to call this Zombie Mr. G. So I'm going to do Zombie Mr. G, and I'll put that in Cookie Fingers and save that. Okay, now after that, I can go ahead and I want to exit out of this. I want to go ahead and say quit Photobooth because that will keep that camera on. So I want to go ahead and turn that off, and then I'm going to go back to Photoshop, and I'm going to go to File. I'm going to make a new tab. Oop, that's wrong. That's not right. I want to go to Photoshop, and I'm going to go File, and I'm going to go make a new file. I'm going to make an 8 by 10 by 300. I'm going to make mine wide, and I'm going to call this Zombie G4 because I've got several. And I'm going to go ahead and create that. Once I get that, I'm going to go to File, and I want to go to Place Embedded. I'm going to go to where I put my picture. I put my picture in my drive into Cookie Fingers. And I called that Zombie Mr. G. There's my picture, and then I will place it in there. I will size that up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring it down to the bottom so I don't have to worry about doing that. All this will be cropped out, so that's where we're going to be. We'll say done, and then I'll go ahead and save that file. Then I'm ready to move on in the next video for my project. All right, everybody have a great day, and I will see you later.